German soldiers as plotters of the Herero Genocide is inappropriate and inaccurate, stated by historian Bridget Lau, a view that I disagree with, and in order to clearly demonstrate my stance, we first need to define the concept of genocide. Genocide is the intentional extermination of a particular nation, race, tribe, or ethnic group. It is aimed at killing members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm, inflicting on the group conditions of life to bring about its physical destruction. Genocide comes from Raphael Lemkin. Lemkin coined the term by taking genos, the Greek word for race or tribe, with the Latin suffix "side", which means to kill. With the definition in hand, I can now present my argument for disagreeing with Lau's statement using Erikson's view, where he presents three main arguments in support of the German Herero Genocide in 1904 to 1905. The first one is based on the extermination order and the concentration camps. On the 2nd of October 1904, General von Trotha issued his infamous extermination order, declaring the hanging of Herero war captives. The extermination order was an official canonization of murder, instructing German troops to execute all Herero men, women, and children on sight. The order was retracted 2 months later. The new strategy entailed confinement in camps that included forced labor. This signified the beginning of the concentration camp policy, which was applied to all Hereros regardless of their age, gender, or compliance in the war. To populate the concentration camps, Trotha launched raids into central parts of the colony. They were able to locate and capture Herero men, women, and children that were living in the bush. These raids were carried out with brute force with the help of missionaries that proved to be successful, capturing 13,000 Hereros in a period of 10 months. The second argument is based on the conditions experienced in the concentration camps. The number of deaths in the camps were as a result of scurvy, pneumonia, influenza, and other sexually transmitted diseases. Another cause was the health state in which prisoners arrived in, as a result of diseases acquired during the many months of war, as they were also suffering both mental and physical trauma. Prisoners were also malnourished, as the Hereros lived in unhygienic conditions, lacked medical attention, insufficient clothing, and had a high concentration of people. Diseases were given an optimal opportunity for spreading. Harsh climatic conditions and the interaction with foreigners from coastal towns also made health conditions even worse. The third argument is based on the fact that if Germans did not have genocidal intentions, then they wouldn't have captured, tortured, and killed Herero women and children. A total of 17,018 Hereros were, with women making up to 7,084 and children 5,624, both outnumbering the men. Women and children did not fight in the war, yet they were treated with the same subhuman conditions as men, with humiliation, physical abuse, and unpaid forced labor. The mortality rates of women were almost as equal to that of men, thus indicating the Germans' genocide intentions. Lau's point of view is backed by three central arguments. First being the lack of population estimate figures, stating that the Herero population were about 70,000 and 100,000 before the war, and after the war there were only 17,000 Herero survivors. The most important point made is the official documentations that were destroyed by South Africans during the occupation period in 1915 to 1919 and the local archives of the German Schutztruppe. Secondly, the extermination order, to which Lau argues that the order was not meant in a literal manner, but it referred to breaking the enemy's power to resist, which merely was propaganda and used to scare the Herero people. The last point Lau makes is that German soldiers were in a state of disarray, thus could not have genocide intentions. Out of the 20,867 German troops, only 13,029 were left, 10,000 sent home due to illnesses, and a further 3,000 were unaccounted for, which means only 4,700 Germans had only participated in the war. In closing, I disagree with Lau's statement on the German Herero War not being genocide, with the concept of genocide clearly defined and arguments presented, and when you look at the figures brought by Lau, in which herself has stated are estimates coupled with official document being destroyed, her statement is proven to be false.